Hey guys, Comics here, and today I will be covering Wadachi by Suzo Oshimi, chapters 43 through 45. Now that Sei is back with his mom again, what do you guys think is gonna happen? Is it gonna be good? Gonna be bad? Let's go find out. Sei and his mother walk home together hand in hand in the rain after making up. She welcomes him home, but when he enters, he notices that the whole house is in a disarray. There's dirty clothes and old food everywhere. Sei's dad comes out of a room and he is so glad he is home. He was worried where he was, but before continuing on, the mom put her hand up and stops him from talking with her wide-eyed face. Lady, you're the one that needs to stop. Damn. The dad is speechless and she tells Sei to go upstairs to take a bath. In the bathroom, he takes a look at his soiled clothes and puts them in the laundry machine. He stares off into space in the bathtub and a sinister mom behind the door tells him that dinner is ready. This scene looks straight out of a horror movie. He goes downstairs and he is greeted with gyoza for dinner. She tells him to eat up and just oddly stares at him as he slowly eats. She then mentions that his dad will be staying at the grandparents' place for a while, so they have all the time and privacy to talk openly. He panics as she says that she'll go first. Uh-oh. She starts her story by saying how they changed since that day Shigeru fell off the cliff. She says that she can't run away from it anymore. Oh my god, and then she just fucking smiles and imitates Shigeru on the cliff. Ugh. She tells what happened on that grim day, but of course her version is just a blatant lie. Poor Sei is being forced to relive these horrible moments as she continues saying how he just lost his balance, and she couldn't catch him on time. They both start to cry, but Sei stands up in anger and she knows that he's thinking how it's her fault. She says she knows this because he called her out on it before. She says it's okay because it's none of their fault since Shigeru just fell off the cliff on his own. Okay, lady. Sei's trauma hits him full on, but she doubles down on her story to fully groom him by guilt-tripping him. She cries more, saying how she would never lie to him and could never do such a thing, especially pushing Shigeru off the cliff. Oh my god, this horrid woman. She's gaslighting him that he's been blaming her for Shigeru's fall because he wanted her to be the bad guy. Maybe because you are. Then she says how he's blaming himself for what happened and how nice he is, but it's messing up his mind. Oh, I think we all know who's messing up his mind. Then she basically admits to knowing his PTSD symptoms, and it's probably why he clings to that quote, immodest hussy. Okay, weird description to say about a 14-year-old girl, but alright, lady. She continues to make him remember the whole event differently with her toxic words, and unfortunately it seems to work as Sei reconstructs that memory into a fantasy and smiles. No. Now for the image breakdown. Oh my god, of course, Sei wanting a normal family life with his mom and his dad is ruined by the monster of a mom. Now, she just grooms and gaslights him the entire time the moment they walked home. Now, and it fucking works. Ugh. So, let's see through the images the process of her breaking him down and successfully gaslighting him into thinking that Shigeru accidentally fell off the cliff. Now, starting with this image, the house again makes an appearance, and as I have said before, these two windows really do represent them. They're paralleling these two windows, and I assume the dad is that dark door, which could represent his potential escape from his mom's grips. As we know, that didn't really happen. The sky has this hatching that is broken apart, creating this dark atmosphere all around them. When, in the next panel, when the house is all in a disarray, I think it's kind of like how, symbolic as how the messier the room, it shows the actual mindset of the mom. So we're almost catching visually a glimpse of how her mom is doing when Sei is away, which is obviously not good. As you've seen before, the house was perfectly clean, neat, and tidy, which is kind of like how the mom has her mom mask on, normal living, supposedly, and trying to keep up an image. But now she gave up on that image, and this is how she actually is, in a sense. Now, when the dad welcomes Sei home and expresses how worried he was as to where Sei was, his mom stops him from talking. Now, further emphasized visually, in this panel, we see that the mom and Sei are basically grouped as almost like one person. They're wearing the same shirt, same colored pants, and there's no separation between them. They're like a 2-in-1. While the dad is separated by the darker clothing, and then further emphasized by the space between them, and of course the hand and this door panel. It creates this visual wall between them. Again, this is like how Sei's mom really makes sure her gaslighting or her grooming works on Sei, is to separate him from everyone else who has at least one foot in reality. And of course, it works because we do find that the dad leaves home to go to the grandfather's place. Or does he leave home? Is he still alive? Oh god. While Sei is taking a bath, his mom comes at the bathroom door like fucking psycho killer, and notice that this panel here basically splits her face in half. Again, we are seeing almost two sides of her, the supposedly nice mom side and her crazy actual psycho side. And notice that it's all blurred because Sei cannot read what her intentions are at the moment. Now, when Sei is going through his traumatic memories, they're covered by a black background to indicate that he's going through a dark part of his mind. And his mom is forcing him to relive it. Oh my god. She knows that he has PTSD, but she does not fucking care. Now, in the next panel, his mom is having an interesting expression because it's kind of like she's sad but happy at the same time. She doesn't know which emotion to particularly express, considering that she was smiling before talking about how Shiguru was on the cliff, and now that she's crying. So it's like we're seeing two sides of her happy mom, normal mask, and her actual true psycho self. So seeing these two sides of her at the same time is quite drawing, and we see that she's trying to basically put on a sad face, but kind of failing because we see that her mouth is almost smiling. This does not seem entirely sad. Yeah, I don't think she's sorry. And again, with Sei going to his dark part of his memories, we notice that these two panels are both angled, kind of like they're falling down. And we see the butterflies again, which, as I said before, represent Sei's sanity. Now, this is basically showing us how Sei's mind is being broken down by his mother. These memories of his, which are his reality, are falling apart, and his sanity is getting worse every time she talks. Now notice, to really make sure she is fully gaslighting him, she guilt trips him, and then she doesn't particularly hold him. She grabs him by the arms and then makes her way up to his face to really visually say that she is trying to get a full hold of Sei. Of course, when she keeps on talking about what happened or not what really happened and how Sei is being messed up, her words become like smoke or like gas because she's gaslighting him. She's creating this smoke and she's angled at this like very threatening angle, kind of like almost saying that she will hurt him if she doesn't if he doesn't believe her. And with this smoke, it's like she's clouding his memories and that he's breathing in this toxic gas, which are her words. Now in the next image, we see the mom is fully drawn in detail. As I have said before, we see that this is actually her true face. And with this true face comes her fucking toxic words. And if you don't believe me, the gas is coming right out of her mouth. The more she talks, the more smoke and whatever gas swirly things is surrounding them, basically clouding his judgment, clouding his memories, and really just putting the nail in the coffin in terms of fully gaslighting him. And we see in the next panel it does work, as we see that the drawings of his eye is being distorted. It's similar to how, say, it was when he witnessed his mom push off Shigeru. The drawings itself become distorted, and as we see here, the eye is all distorted. So his sanity is being molded by his mom again. We see in this page that it's all colored in black, because this is what actually happened. But in the next page, it has no background because this is the made up fantasy that his mom fed to him. And it works, unfortunately. And kind of like his mom in the previous pages, where she has both a sad and happy face, Sei has the same or very similar face, where he is very distraught and traumatized and crying, but smiling. The scene in Old Boy where he's smiling and crying, or he has this dissociation of knowing the truth, but also trying to believe in this new fantasy that his mom created. It's a better alternative to what actually happened, and he just wants to be happy. Poor kid. And his mom, unfortunately, grooms him and gaslights him into a fantasy in which he can be happy and sane again. Sane. But what do you guys think? Do you agree? Do you not agree? Let me know in the comments down below. And don't forget to subscribe and like, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! Sweet dreams!